Welcome to the show, chat. It is Friday, which, as you probably know, is the 5th day of the week. And this is the second stream of the week, which raises the question, what went wrong? Or what has been going wrong this week? I guess we'll get into it, huh? Welcome to the stream. It is the Friday edition of Club Kirby. I know I've been terrible this week. I've not been able to maintain. I really, at the beginning of this month, I decided I was going to really try and make a deliberate attempt to have a very vigorous streaming schedule, and keep turning up every day and push through the cold and all the other stuff that's going on, and and just we're trying to have sort of a more what's the word I'm looking for here? Like a segmented stream, one that goes for a lot longer. We used to do usually just like an hour and then we're out, right? But now we do the first hour of the stream is our art section, and then the second is the chatting section, and then the third is the gaming section, right? So that's easier said than done, or it has been for me so far this month, right? But I'm pushing through and I'm trying to stick with it, despite the fact that a lot of my issues this week have been that I've been kind of under the weather. I'm trying to fight through it. It's like Monday, Tuesday, I really wasn't feeling up to streaming, and then Wednesday I was like, oh, I feel a bit better, and then yesterday it's like, oh no, I'm just I don't know, just drained, I guess that's how I've been feeling, but feeling a bit better again today, so I'm kind of like on and off, you know. At least it's not like something that's continually getting worse, whatever it is, whatever my ailment is. Yeah, hopefully I'm past the worst of it. I probably just need to drink more water and not overextend myself so much. Anyway. Hi, welcome to the stream. If you're new here, I'm John Porter. I'm the creator of the comic book series Kevin Morgan Kirby. This is Club Kirby, where, as I said, we do a little bit of everything. We do a little bit of an art session every stream, where I just show you what I'm up to as far as the comic goes. And then we do, just a bit of chatting. Second hour is kind of just like a random sort of mishmash of whatever we feel like talking about or doing. And then the third hour, we play a video game. Usually we're just playing Super Mario World at the moment and making our way through it. So, yeah, I should tell you about Kirby. I should do my obligatory spiel that I do at the start of every stream. So, Kevin Morgan Kirby is a comic book series created by me years ago and now being redrawn by me. We're starting over, we're starting fresh. We did a remastered and expanded edition of Kirby issue 1 to celebrate the 5th anniversary. And if you go to readcmc.com and click on the comics link, you can find out how you can get your hands on a digital copy of Kirby issue 1. You can get it from Teespring, you can get it from Ko-fi, you can get it through Gumroad, you can get it on Drive-Thru Comics, you can get it through Kobo, and if you're a Kobo Plus subscriber, you get it at no extra charge. You can get it on Google Play, you can get it on Amazon for your Kindle, and you can get it on Global Comics, so a bunch of different places. Okay, I've done that spiel so many times now at the start of every stream, and I was trying to see if I was going to stumble there over my words, and just a little bit at the end there. I kind of fudged it a bit at the end, right? But I'm getting to the point where I can almost do a flawless bit of it. So, yeah, do check out Kirby issue 1. I hope that you'll enjoy it. A lot of work went into it. Now we're on to issue 2. Now you can read the old versions of issues 2, 3 and 4 on readcmc.com at no cost. We are working on fixing up issue 2 though for the remastered edition, which is going to come out, I hope, early in 2024, right? We are up to this page here. This is page 10 of the original comic. This is where the things get kind of dark at this point, I would say. It's funny because Kirby in a lot of ways is a very colourful and cute and like uplifting comic, right? But I do acknowledge that when there's like fight scenes or scenes with violence in them, I do kind of like I don't hold back, right? I feel like it's important to have, I don't know, like the characters have to go through things in order to overcome them. So, and also we're kind of setting up, we're establishing, I guess, the credentials of Maxine, Josie and Ruby, the IC, the school bullies, that they are really vicious, right? So, previously in issue 1, if you've read issue 1 of Kirby, we saw Sadie come to Corinne's aid when Corinne was getting beaten up by the IC, and they haven't forgotten, and now a couple of weeks later they're coming back, and when they see an opportunity to get Sadie alone when there's nobody else around in the school after school hours, they pull him into the supply room and really start to rough it up, right? So this is right before Corinne comes back in, and now Corinne as Corbie, and she's gonna turn things around, right? So a really dark sort of component of issue 2. I'm not really... A lot of the mechanics of... I don't know if mechanics is the word I would use here. A lot of the... I like the idea of this page, but the execution starts to fall apart in the sort of the second half, where the faces, as we talked about in the previous stream, on this panel aren't very good, and on the bottom panel I'm just going to redo completely. I'm going to come up with a totally different approach, because I don't like the usage of space here. I don't like how stiff the characters are. I know I can do a much better job. I can come up with a better solution for how to depict that moment in the scene. So if we move back over to this page in Krita, and this is the new page that we're working on, so a little bit to adjust things here. Okay, so I've got the first panel up top, the line art for that is all done, and actually this is not the way I usually do things. But the character art is all done too. We kind of got the old line art thing in the background there, but you can get an idea about what the new version is going to look like, right? So what we're going to do is we'll switch that back off just now. I've not redone the colours for the second panel yet, because it's actually only just sort of... I was going to say it's only just freshly done, but in actual fact it's about... I think it's from last night. I haven't had a chance to do much work on this today. I'll tell you the truth, chat, I was getting set up for stream today, and I really wanted to come on a lot earlier than usual. I had the big plans that I was going to come on and start the stream during daytime hours, which, this being, you know, a week into December now, daytime hours doesn't really mean much. What it means is I wanted to come in during daylight, right? When the sun was still out. And I figured it's not going to be too cold in the studio then, and it might just be better for my sort of mindset, and I could be organised as well, that I could get things done early in the day. It's like, well, you know, especially if the streams are going to start going longer, which they have been. Figured, hold on, I'm trying to get the size of this board right now. I figured it would be a good idea to just try it and stream earlier and just see how it goes. So I got it set up, I got organised. Sat at my desk here. And I fired up Super Mario World. And I just make sure everything is set up to go, right? And then I realised that on the previous stream, we'd gotten to a certain point in Super Mario World, and I hadn't saved my progress. See, we were a couple of levels behind, so I'm like, okay, I'll just do the levels we've already done. I'm not going to repeat myself on stream now. And then I just got caught up in the game, to be honest with you. So I ended up completing not a lot of the game, but I was going back over it and trying to redo some areas that we'd done, and I just kept going, and then suddenly I'm like, I'm absorbed in the game, and before I know, I mean, it's 5:30 now, so we're supposed to start at 6, right? So I did not end up gaining. You know, I didn't. But I mean, it was already dark by the time stream started tonight. It'd been dark for a long time at that point. So my big idea about move the stream to be in the daytime hours. It's like, but there really are no daytime hours in Scotland in December. You know, if you get a really bad day here, as we did earlier in the week, you know, when it's really dark and rainy anyway, it's basically like anything that it's practically nighttime, even like during the day at that point. So we're close enough, you know. And then it's like, okay, now it's like 3:30. Now it's dark for real. It's like we get quasi dark and then just like dark. Two flavors. Okay, so this second panel is, I think the line art's all on there. I suppose we can just move on and get started. Fix up the line art for the third panel. The chat, the plan is for today's stream, we are gonna do an hour one. Oh, we're doing it right now. When did we start? I think we started about 5:20, right? Or close enough. 5:20 to 6:20 UK time is going to be the first hour of the show. And we are just going to work on trying to get a little bit more of this page done. And then hour 2 will be 5:20 to 6:20, and then 6:20 to 7:20 is going to be hour 2. And hour 2 is going to be, we're just going to chat for a little bit. We're going to look at some old videos today about, that are kind of like festive related in terms of like Christmas shopping and toys and stuff like that, right? Old school stuff, because that's kind of my vibe, I suppose. You know, as in terms of being like a, you know, 80s kid, 90s teen, as I always put it, is my era. So we'll watch some old videos about, you know, what, you know, the hot toys of the 80s and 90s. And some old music of perch and stuff like that. Nostalgia stuff. And then hour 3, we're going to go back to Super Mario World. And I'm not sure how that's going to work out, because we're approaching the point now where we're almost at the end of the game, but not really, in terms of we're almost up to Bowser now, and at the same time we haven't gotten all of the 96 exits, right? So I don't know how I want to approach that in terms of, do I want to try and get all the 96 exits on stream? Is that a viable goal? Or should we just beat Bowser and then just like move on and play something else, right? I'm not sure. A lot of that is like knowing my limitations and knowing that some of those levels and the Star Road kind of stuff, it gets pretty challenging by the time you're getting into like the last few levels to unlock, you know, the really secret stuff. And I have beaten the game and gotten all 96 levels before. 96 exits, however you want to describe them. But I don't know how up to it I am, you know, doing it on stream. Also, you know, I get concerned about how long are we going to do Mario World for before we move on to something else? You know? How samey is it going to get if we're just playing the same game over and over again, day after day, day after day after day? So there's that to consider as well. Maybe we'll just play the game and we'll just see, you know, where the day takes us, I suppose. Chat, I apologise if you can hear that water running in the background. It's not me doing it. That's kind of out of my control, but... Oh, that reminds me. Yeah, while I was getting set up earlier on, before we started the stream, there's like a rustling coming from behind the desk here. I could swear that we had another visitor. Another mouse, perhaps, coming into the studio. So, who knows? Maybe the mouse will make an appearance during this stream. I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to be able to show you the mouse. If the mouse wanders into the room here that I heard earlier, and I'm pretty sure that's what it was. I can't think what else would have been making that noise. I guess we'll see. We'll see if our little visitor shows up. I'm not going to be able to show him to you because by the time I suppose I could try and point the webcam down on him, but I'm sure by the time I switch over, you know, the mouse will be gone again. Assuming that's what it wasn't just my imagination, but we did have, as you might know if you're a regular viewer, we had a mouse visit us a week or two ago, so I had to go free him, take him out somewhere where he could roam away from here. That's something that I'm forgetting to tell you, chat, and I just remembered what it is. Hold on. Let me go back to the web page here. And I'll just bring that up. Let's see. Oh, I could do it from here. I'm so disorganized. I should have everything ready before I start the stream. There we go. Can I bring this up? There we are. Chat, I just thought you might like to see this little progress thing. So this is what we're doing. This is what the art portion of the stream is all about, right? I posted this on Instagram and a couple of other places as well, but I thought you might like to see this sort of comparison of Corinne from the 2018 version of issue 2, this particular page. This is page 9. Just a little portion of the page, right? And that's the old Corinne versus the new one. Just to give you an idea about what it is that we're trying to achieve here. And I posted that on Instagram, and it just was like crickets because Instagram is just... my Instagram account is dead, right? But I just thought you might like to see that. Just gives you some idea about what it is that we're trying to accomplish as far as doing, you know, the remastered versions of the comics goes. There's nothing like a good glow up. Yeah, we used to talk about the lack of engagement on Instagram on stream. It used to come up now and again. And I know it's bad for everybody, right? For me, it's like particularly bad. Because the CORBIE account never really got going. It was always a small account when I started it in like 2018. And then when the comic went into hiatus, obviously there wasn't anything happening on the account. It was like the account became effectively inactive just because there was nothing to post, right? And the problem with that is once you haven't posted in a long time, Instagram just thinks your account is like there's no engagement with it, and just the algorithm starts to think it's a dead account. And it seems like from everything I've read, if you're not constantly like on your little hamster wheel, so to speak, as far as posting on Instagram goes, like once Instagram thinks your account is dead, that's it. There's no like coming back. And that's been true in my experience. So I don't think, like officially I'm still posting stuff there, but I've reached the point where I don't think that anything I do is going to make any difference now, right? Short of perhaps doing like a paid post or something. You know, maybe that could act as like a way to convince the algorithm that no, I am alive and the account is active, right? But I mean, that really isn't on the cards just now, I don't think. And I don't know if it's worth it. I don't know if anybody's actually like posting there in terms of the stuff that I see getting posted. Everybody's engagement seems to be down on Instagram. It seems to be bad. for everybody. I mean, everybody's talking, has been talking about Twitter/X and how it's like a dying platform and all that kind of stuff. And I mean, I'm not on there anymore, so I can't really speak for what it's like at the moment, but I can speak for Instagram, and I can say that I think it's like a dying platform too in its own way. It's like a quietly dying platform, and just from what I hear from artists who are much more successful than I am, right, in terms of having an actual following, you know, people who are used to getting engagement, and even they're saying it's bad for them. What's bad for them is like, I'd kill to have what they think is bad. You know what I mean? It's like the things that they're complaining about would be like dream numbers for me. But even then, you know what I mean? It's like it's like they're getting a fraction of the kind of numbers that they used to get. So it's basically the same issue that I'm having, just on a bigger scale. I have talked a little bit about threads, and I have posted, you know, I posted like the comparison image that we were talking about there, right? I did post that one on threads too. It didn't do anything there. Did a lot better. The place where it did best so far has been Mastodon, because I do have like a small number of people who follow me on Mastodon, and I guess it's like historically the place where I've been the most active, so maybe that helps too. But I know that if I post something on Mastodon, I know that it's actual people who are liking my stuff as well. You know, it's people who are genuinely engaging with it. And on Instagram at this point, even the people who follow the CORBIE account don't seem to be seeing the post or engaging with it. The only people, if I even want to use that word, who seem to see or like or have any sort of interaction with my stuff on Instagram just now are bots. So yeah, it's not great. You know what's really great, chat, is when you get to develop a panel where you have multiple characters and no faces. Anytime you're doing a bunch of people from behind like this, you see how quickly I was able to get this Ruby almost completely done, right? We've just got to do like the hand and the baseball bat, and then Ruby's done, because one of the most time-consuming parts of doing any character is the face. Getting the facial features right, getting the hair right, you know, getting all of the proportions of those elements right. So it's like if I end up drawing a panel like this one, where a bunch of the characters I don't even have to draw the faces, you can see how much quicker I am. Whereas when we get to the point where I have to draw Sadie and she's facing us, I have to draw the head and the hair and the face and try and keep everything on model. That's going to be a lot more challenging. Or a lot more time consuming, I should say. Maybe not challenging is maybe not the word I'm looking for. Okay, now this baseball bat is going to be weird, because Be an odd shape. Sometimes if I am doing something like this, I find the easiest way, or redrawing something like this, I find the easiest way to do it is double up the lines like this. And then I can try and, because I mean the original art has already solved this problem, right? So there's no need to reinvent the wheel. You can just do this to try and get like a steady line as well. Whereas if I were to just like do it as one line like that, it's going to be harder to get the shape, because the exact shape that I want. There's no point in, as I say, reinventing the wheel. We can just hold on, I gotta change up the music. We're not supposed to have vocal tracks in here. It's very distracting if you get some guy singing in your ear and you're trying to talk. Okay, right, where were we? Now, this line is still a little bit uneven. And, just go over it and try and thicken it up at the parts where it doesn't really like taper off correctly. And if that doesn't work, there's other ways that we can fix it up. The problem, of course, is with an item like this, there's a slight curve to the dot. We can't just really use the line tool and just do a straight line. There's a slight curvature to it. There's different ways to get around that. I mean, one way you can do it is just use the polygon magic wand and just select the area that you want, and then just go back and fill it in. Got another vocal track. What's going on? Hold on, I'll change it again. Sir, stop singing. Okay. It's crazy. I've got it set to instrumental tracks on Pretzel. Just play instrumental songs. Do not play local slips, but somehow, sometimes one will still slip. I vanished. Where did they go? Alright. I'm having a lot of interruptions today. Okay, just like that, I'm back. Kind of lost track of time here. We've still got another 20 minutes in our first segment of the stream, and then we're just going to chat for a little bit. It's getting chilly in here. It was not that bad early on, but then again, like I said, I guess it has been a bit. We're still on a little bit earlier than usual. Technically, we don't usually start until at least 6 o'clock, so that's just about turning 6 now. But definitely feel the change in the weather now. It has been intolerably cold here the last couple of days, chat. Yeah, today hasn't been as bad, but just... I just keep trying to tell myself, it's like, well, you've been through plenty of winters before, John, you can get through another one. And once we get to, once we get to Christmas time, once we get to the winter solstice, we get to the longest day of the year, and then, sorry, the shortest day of the year, I mean, and then the days start getting longer again. I vanished again. I wasn't even doing anything there, I was just talking. It wasn't me, that definitely wasn't me. I didn't cause that. Really strange. What was I saying? Yeah, I was saying, chat. Once we get to, was it 23rd, I think is the shortest day of the year, and then they start to get longer again, of course. So that's not really that long. And I think it's just, if you're like me and you suffer from the seasonal blues, then I think just knowing that you have that turning point, and it's like, well, it's not going to get any darker, right? At that point, it's like gradually it's going to start getting lighter again. It's something that at least we can cling to, right? There's that, at least. The most important thing for me, or one of the most important things for me this winter time, is just to get through it. As I've talked about in previous streams, I just really had a goal for myself this winter to keep streaming and to not get to the point where it's like it gets so cold that I'm just like, nah, I'm done for the rest of the year. I'm going into hibernation or whatever. because as we've talked about many times, you know, historically, usually I get to like October, November, and then it's like once we're into November, I'm like, it's too cold. I cannot go into the studio. I cannot do it. And I just can't commit to it anymore. Just like I said, I just want to go into like hibernation. And also, I guess at this time of year, it just gets tougher because you have other commitments and stuff as well. You have other things going on, inevitably. And just making the time to do it gets more challenging. I really wanted to power through it. It's been one of the big challenges that I knew was coming from about the time we started doing Club Kirby again back in mid-September, to the point where when I started doing the streams again, I experimented with doing them really super early in the morning. And that was a disaster because I just could not commit to it. I'm not a morning person, and it was really physically like taking its toll on me, and it wasn't good for viewership either. Like, it's hard enough for me as a small streamer to bring in viewers, but I was doing it at a time where basically in the US it's the middle of the night and it's like really super early in the morning here. And I think my strategy was, I thought that it would be good because I'll get the night owl crowd, and that just never amounted to anything. It's really important, I think, for somebody in a position such as myself who has a very small audience to be present at the kind of times of day when the most people are online on Twitch and on YouTube. So that even, even if the pool of people who are watching is bigger, then there's more opportunities for people to stumble across the stream. That's pretty self-explanatory, I think. I'm going to adjust this so that there's a little bit more balanced here. You can imagine I'm kind of frustrated at myself because this week my schedule has not been, I've not been as diligent about streaming, right? I really wanted to keep trying to show up every day as I have been doing, or almost every day, right? And then this week that is just like the wheels fell off the cart, so to speak. Because as we said at the start of the show, I wasn't feeling very well, and it's just been, as I said, the colder and darker it gets, the tougher it is to follow through as well. So there's like different factors that have all been contributing to just making it harder to be present every day. One of the other things is actually working on Kirby as well. Some days the work required is actually just becomes so overwhelming that the sort of the side process of doing streaming as well just isn't viable. It's like whatever I'm doing, I just need to be focusing on it, you know. And usually that happens right around the time we get to like the end of working on a page and the start of setting up a new one is that transitional period is when I feel the greatest pressure to. It's like I just need to follow through and get this done. I have to put everything else on hold. But we're going to try and continue anyway. And just push through. As I've been saying, it's like the only way out is through. And I just want to, the aim is to get to the last couple of days before Christmas. Because I don't believe I'm going to be streaming over the Christmas period, right? But we'll get up to just before Christmas, I think. And then we'll wrap it up for the year. And I think then we'll come back in January. And hopefully I can just get right back into it. My other big goal that I want to do before the year is out is to get these last few pages of existing material from CORBIE issue 2 redone before the end of the year. And there are 4 pages left, of which this is one of them. From the original comic, it's pages 10, 11, 12, and 13. Now, the good news is that 2 of those pages are basically like full page spreads, right? By which I mean just like a single character or 2 characters that take up the whole page, and that's much easier to do and less time consuming than if you have a page like this one that has like a bunch of characters in every panel and you have to draw them over and over again. So I should be able to turn those around pretty quickly. So really we have 2 pages that I think will be more time consuming, of which this is one of them. And 2 pages that I think are going to be easy to redo fairly quickly. And we have a couple of weeks before the end of the year to get that done. And then my plan is, it's weird to chat because, as I said, over Christmas, obviously you do tend to have a lot of other stuff going on. And other commitments that pop up, and I know I certainly do, but I also find that over Christmas I tend to have like a lot of downtime as well. Usually there's a lot of points where I'm just like sitting around and not much is happening and I'm kind of twiddling my thumbs, and weirdly that's like the time when I get the most done. I don't know if that's going to be the case this year because I've been working so furiously on CORBIE ever since, I would say since like September, right, when Turtlethon ended. Turtlethon, for those of you who don't know, was my Turtles. I had a side project going where I was blogging about the original Ninja Turtles cartoon and posting like 2 exhaustive write-ups about the show every single week, and there was like 200 odd, almost 200 episodes of the 1987 TMNT show. So it was a project that just went on for years, and it was a real labour of love, as I suppose a lot of things that I do are. But I really enjoyed doing Turtlethon. I don't know that I appreciated how much I enjoyed it until it was over and the work was done. And now do I miss? I don't miss the work involved. It does still feel weird to me to not be posting and writing about the turtles every week. It's weird because now I sort of recognise that I basically got stun locked for like 2 or 3 years working on Turtlethon and writing about other people's characters. And it was time that I should have been spending working on CORBIE directly, right? And yet at the same time, I think doing Turtlethon made me a better writer, and probably just made me overall better at handling like creative projects, because I really had to like stick to a strict schedule and set routines in place and figure out how to be concise and not meander too much. I mean, when I'm here streaming, I'm kind of meandering anyway, right? In terms of talking. But I mean, in terms of when you're actually writing a project or something. I think it made me sharper as a writer and more aware of like what my weak spots were. And how to engage with an audience more effectively. To name just a couple of things, really. And also, I think, doing Turtlethon sort of gave me an awareness of what works in fiction. Like CORBIE, Turtles is definitely like one of my big influences. It has been like since I was about 10 years old when I really got into it. The Archie Turtles even more so than the 80s cartoon. So by analysing Turtles as exhaustively as I did, you know, probably to like a silly degree, I think that actually helped me understand what works from, you know, when you look at like storytelling and things like that as well, in a way that maybe I wasn't as conscious of before. Because, you know, when you're watching a cartoon like Turtles, you kind of are for a project like that anyway, you start to think about what's good about this and what's bad about this, what works and what doesn't. And seeing what doesn't work makes you think, you know, think about how you would do it and how you would do it differently, right? And also what's admirable about the cartoon and the things that you would actually say, well, that those sort of aspects, things that are appealing, are the things that you would want to carry that spirit into your own work. Not in a rip-off kind of way, but in a carrying on sort of the legacy of that sort of way. An appreciation of what works in that material. And, you know, in the case of Turtles, it's like, what was appealing about it to me? How can I bring that sort of those sort of aspects into my own work? But with all that said, yeah, I probably shouldn't have done Turtlethon, but it's like some good came out of it, right? But the plan really is to, it kind of ties back to what we were just saying about staying on schedule, and I really need to, I've been working like exhaustively since Turtle Plan ended, is what I was trying to say. And so that's been like since September. And then issue 1 of Kirby, the new version, came out in October. And it's just been non-stop ever since then. And I'm sure, well, I'm not sure, but I think maybe that's part of why I've just been so run down lately, is I'm just physically like getting burned out a bit. So maybe maybe the Christmas break will do me good. But we've got to get there first. Anyway, the plan is over Christmas time. Hopefully, if we can get to the finish line with the old pages, or meet that goal, then we can, what I'm going to do over Christmas, during that downtime I was talking about, is try and figure out what's going to go into the new pages, and sort of just have a framework for those, so that I can, and this is imperative, turn those pages around really quickly compared to what we're doing just now. This fixing up the old pages has dragged on for a while now. What we're going to do is try and turn around the new pages really quick and just come up with a process where I can take them from the script stage. I've got to write a script for the new pages, and then obviously draw them, and then pull it all together, and hopefully we can have the new version of issue 2 out early in 2024. I couldn't say exactly when, but let's say like first quarter 2024. I think that's a reasonable estimate. Oh, okay, right, chat. We are going to wrap up the art portion of the stream there. I think that's about 20 past, so speaking about staying on schedule, we've gotten a little bit of this pile. Actually, I would say we're almost at the halfway point, right? Because we've almost got Maxine done here. And then we just have Josie and Sadie to do. Obviously, Sadie's going to be a bit more work than the other three, for the reasons that I already outlined. That we're not doing the faces on them really, so it's just different. But let's figure we're gonna save there. And then we'll get reorganized. Okay. I'm just gonna finding my bearings. Alright, chat, I'm gonna be back with you in just a second, and then we're gonna get into hour 2. We're gonna do some Christmas, old school, 80s and 90s toy talk, and just talk about like hot Christmas items from back in the day, that kind of stuff, the kind of stuff that I really enjoy getting into. So I will be back with you in just a second. Chat, I really feel like I was kind of rambling that first hour. Sometimes, when you're on stream or when I'm on stream, and yeah, especially if I'm doing like the art portion of the show. Where am I? Oops, I'm still on the wrong slide. Hold on a sec. There I am. Hi. What was I saying there? Yeah, sometimes when I'm doing hour 1 of the stream. And Be Young, hello. Welcome in chat. Sometimes when I'm doing hour 1 of the stream and I'm in the drawing section of the show, I find it's very hard to concentrate on actually doing the drawing and talking as well. And I worry that I'm not talking enough. But I think during that first hour, if anything, I was maybe talking a bit too much. I feel like I'm rambling. But the second portion is where we just talk, right? So it's okay. Chat, if you know me, if you follow me on YouTube, I know I don't really post like videos other than streams anymore, but we talk a lot about on this channel about old school stuff, toys, video games, 80s, 90s stuff, which is kind of my jam. Right? So I just thought today, for the Christmas portion, because it's Christmas coming up, I thought we will just talk a little bit about what's the most useful person stuff with people back in the day, and they are, you know, talking about toys that were coming out at the time, and where better to start than with the goat. You know them, you love him. Well, I love him. I don't know if you love him. Chat, you know, I am like Transformers is my first fandom, and always comes up. I'm always talking about Transformers, even when I'm talking about Kirby, even when I'm talking about other stuff. I'm talking about Transformers too. I'm a dedicated Transformers fan since I don't even know when. Technically, I got my first Transformer in the summer of 1985, and I was 5 years old. So you can do the math about my age. But I think Transformers and me goes back even further. But again, because I was so young, it's like really hard to really nail down like the timeline. But for me, I think it was like early 1985, I believe I first saw him on TV, and it's like as a little boy, I just loved a lot of little boys love cars, right? But for me, it was also robots, and then it's like, wait, they're robots and they're cars, and I was like mind blown. So, well, yeah, I'm sure I've talked about that on YouTube, the YouTube channel as well. But I just thought for today, we'll start off with Transformers. We're going to get into some other stuff too. Other old school sort of toys, action figures. For me, it was like Transformers was my big first one, and then later it was Ghostbusters, and then it was Turtles. And those kind of things have shaped who I am now, and shaped the things that I do in terms of doing like CORBIE and stuff like that as well. So.
And
I thought this part might be interesting to watch first.
Store owners are having a hard time keeping up with the incredible demand.
They're selling so well we can never keep them in stock. Both items we get about 1,000 requests a day, and whenever we do get stock, we're sold out within 2 or 3 days, and it's another 5 or 6 weeks before we're able to get them in again.
Okay, so chat, this first report is from Christmas 84. It says 83, that's wrong, it's not 83, it's 84. GoBots were out in 83. This is about Transformers and GoBots. And one of the interesting things is, in the beginning, it was like a 2-horse race. And then later, with Transformers and GoBots, it wasn't a 2-horse race, it was clearly like a 1-horse race. But in this first year, it was like there was everything to play for. So they're going to talk about Transformers and GoBots. And at this point, it's like competitive.
Manager of New York City's largest
and nobody knows how it's going to turn out.
The toy industry's newest craze, GoBots and Transformers.
First of all, yeah, that. The first time watching, I just had a recommendation of a live, and it was you, and I think you sent me a cute. Oh, thank you.
Transformers, which are a cross between small die-cast vehicles, which have been a favorite of
Bug
kids
bite?
for generations.
I don't have a bug bite. I wish I had bug bite.
And space-age robots, which can
Zord,
assume a variety of shapes
the big
and forms.
munching thing there.
What's particularly desirable about such a toy?
I do have the command center, the big base dealie here. I need to. There's a few little bits like the balconies and things I need for it.
Toy.
It's a great toy in its own right. It's a GoBot. It's not
You can make
Transformers,
him
but it's
into
cool.
anything you want.
It's clever the way it transforms from one thing to another. And it looks pretty authentic, too.
It makes some weird shapes. That makes your imagination run away.
For some, although the imagination ran away, the fingers couldn't follow.
I saw them on TV once. They seemed easier on TV.
Well, I mean, I think the early G1 toys, the early G1 Transformers and the GoBots actually are fairly easy to handle. If she thinks that it's hard now, wait till we get into like the Michael Bay sort of era Transformers. It's going to get a lot tougher. There's a few, I will say as a collector, there's been a few over the years that broke me. And I'll tell you what the one is that was like the worst was from the 2009 movie. The Revenge of the Fallen Optimus, the leader class one, is a big Optimus, like in the Michael Bay movie, and he is pretty notorious as being challenging, but that was one that broke me, and could not get him into truck mode. And the whole time, because he talks, and the whole time you try to change him, he's saying in Peter Cullen's voice, "I'm Optimus Prime," and I'm like, "Yeah, I know, I'm Optimus," and he keeps saying this, like, "Yeah, I know." And I remember that it took me, I couldn't tell you how long. It was like an evening of just trying to get that guy down, and I will tell you to this day, he's still a truck, because I am never changing him back into a robot. I've got other Optimus Primes. I do not need to have him as a robot. I don't need to go through that again. He will stay a truck forever.
I have no idea what I'm doing here.
How about you? Can you figure it out?
No, I'm somewhere between a truck and I don't know what.
GoBots and Transformers are manufactured by two rival toy companies. Tonka Toys GoBots came out first, then came Transformers by Hasbro Industries. Depending on their size, the toys range in price from $6 to $35. Both have command centers and comic books, which explain how the creatures came to Earth and which are the good guys and which...
They both have command centers. I mean, not the Transformers command center was just like Optimus's trailer. They made a big deal in the first year. It's like, this is the base, this is the headquarters, and it's like they're just hanging out in the back of Optimus's trailer. We never got, at the time, like a really good, nice base for Transformers. And that was one thing the GoBots had over Transformers. They had the Guardian command center. Yeah.
To the bad.
You could get, and I didn't know this till later, they did it in the US, like a Transformers. It was licensed out to some other company. They made like a Transformers headquarters thing. Actually, I could bring it up online. But it's just like made of cardboard. I think it's by a company called Warren. And it's still kind of desirable to me. I still kind of want it, even though it's just bits of cardboard and you just sort of wedge them together and you put your Transformers on them and you say, there's the base.
GoBots Command Center, which stores all the small GoBots, can convert from a rolling to a walking to a standing vehicle.
And open up the halves of the body. You have a command center. You have a jail for enemy GoBots. You have a cafeteria for good GoBots to get recharged.
This transformer...
Also, GoBots is... One of the interesting things about GoBots is they're not afraid to be silly, right? And kind of goofy, and I guess that kind of worked against them, but it's so wild that it's like the base has a cafeteria, and then if there was a Transformers base, it would not have this is the Autobot cafeteria.
Switches from tape recorder to Decepticon communicator and back again, while the cassette itself becomes a bird.
Cabbage Patch was last year's phenomenon for girls. Transformers will be this year's phenomenon for boys.
Last year, Coleco Industries, which manufactured the hot-selling item Cabbage Patch dolls, rang up orders totaling $60 million. But this year, the toy industry says GoBots and Transformers will give those dolls a run for their money. Both companies say they've already had orders totaling more than $100 million. For the Independent News, this is Christy Whitaker in New York City.
The thing about that is, of course, it's much easier to shift more units if a lot of the toys are smaller, and certainly with the GoBots, we're almost all like very small, affordable toys. And the Transformers had that at the low end as well, so you can shift a lot more units to a lot more people. So that helps, whereas Cabbage Patch Kids was like, at the beginning, they just had the main kind of size of doll, and they didn't have enough of them, so it's like you were straight out of luck. That was the thing with Transformers, was you had that sort of size class thing, and it was like scaling up. So it's like you know, at the low end you can get like I mean I love the mini bots and the very small ones as well. A lot of people look down on the smallest Transformers and think that they're not as sophisticated. Okay, the little ones aren't as fancy as like Optimus or Jetfire, but I think it means more if you just had a lot of the little guys, which I did in the beginning. It took me a long time to get some of the bigger toys like Ultra Magnus and Metaplex and some of those guys. Anyway, right. We're not going to do all Transformers talk. We are going to look at some footage of other toys as well, and some from back in the day. I was kind of amused when I said I haven't watched this clip all the way through. I don't think, unless I've seen it before in the past. I don't know. The fact that the kids have their TV T-shirts. Yeah, this kid's got the "Give Me a Break." And I know of that show, but I've never seen it. I assume it was on British TV. I've never seen it though. And the other kid has their MASH shirt.
Oh, awesome!
Oh, that's some rough noise.
I got that one. You do?
I apologize if that volume is a
These
bit
kids can tell
harsh.
you what's hot and what's not for Christmas, and awesome might be the word to describe the popularity of these robot action figures.
Oh, what happened? Where do we go?
Remember, it's only October.
They'll have an ad in the paper and you run to get one and they're already gone, and there's not that many in stock anyway.
Hasbro Bradley figures it will be able to meet only $80 million of the $100 million in orders for its new Transformers. The gizmos look complicated. You have to move a piece here and a piece there to transform a vehicle into a robot.
But you forgot to add his shoulder launchers and his gun and stickers. What are
Yet
you
the
doing?
kids have them all figured out.
This one changed into a spaceship.
Wait. Starscream does not turn into a spaceship. What are you talking about? I mean, I guess he did travel through space with Skyfire in that one episode of the cartoon. It was like they forgot that they were. It was supposed to be 4 million years in the past, but Skyfire and Starscream they traveled to Cybertron. From Cybertron to Earth, and they got lost at Skyfire. That's the one where Skyfire gets lost in the snowstorm. That was on the backside, but it didn't make any sense that Starscream was already a jet. But I guess technically he was doing like space travel. So okay, kid, you got us on technicality, but he's obviously not a space. He's obviously not a spaceship.
Into a tape recorder and a tape that fits into it.
Last year's hottest seller, the Cabbage Patch doll, is still scarce as hen's teeth, though you can find the accessories everywhere. This Tulsa store received 200 of the dolls a month ago. It sold out in less than 3 hours. Shoppers who can't find the Cabbage Patch may instead reach for the new Rainbow Bright doll. The manufacturer has already found a pot of gold. Stores have bought $110 million worth of the dolls.
And now for the big kids, a trivia question. How many types of games like this are now on the market? The answer, 50. And sales this fall are hardly trivial.
Chat, I just noticed Super Quiz 2 down here in the bottom right hand corner. I was gifted that in like the mid-90s. Somebody, a relative gave me that as a gift, and I guess that makes sense. John likes some minutiae and trivia and stuff like that, but it was like really out of date even then. A lot of the questions were very like American, so it's like a lot of it was impenetrable, is what I'm saying. So. But I've never seen Super Quiz 2 out in the wild like that. That's like almost like an unlocked memory for me seeing it there. So there you go. We move on. This one is. These are all just very short videos.
Let's sail away today.
This is from '86.
Let's sail away today. Let's sail off right now.
Okay, you're
and
sailing.
Friend are enough to put a smile on any kid's face. They're also expected to be two of the most popular selling items this Christmas. But there are just a few of the bears this season that do more than cuddle. Touch this bear's paw and it plays a tune. Stuffed animals and dolls never fail to be big favorites around Christmas. G.I. Joe and Raggedy Ann also always manage to make it into...
I should say, okay, we're kind of diverting here. I don't think we're going to go down this avenue, so I'm going to wind back a little bit and talk about Eddie Ruxpin and what's the name of the yellow guy? I want to say Snuffy. I don't know. I'm not looking it up. Am I thinking of the Snuffleupagus from Sesame Street? Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. I don't know the guy's name. He's very annoying. Him and Teddy Ruxpin are very annoying. What I was going to say was we did not have either of these toys in our family, but one of my younger brothers did have the Mickey Mouse, who was, I think, made by Worlds of Wonder as well, the same company, and it was basically used like the same tech, right? The tech in it is kind of fascinating. The way that they work is it uses the two stereo channels. One of them is playing the voice that you're hearing when Teddy Ruxpin is talking to you. The other channel, so he's talking in mono. The other channel is used, as I understand it, it's like sense pulses that the system, the animatronic system in the toy picks up. And that is what makes the eyes and the mouth blink when he's talking. So that's how it works. It just gives you a little bit of idea. I'm sure it's not like sophisticated technology now. Like nowadays, you wouldn't do it with analog tape, I'm sure. But it was fascinating at the time. I did not own any offensive tapes to put in them. Any kind of like I don't know. Like, that's always the dream, right? You're gonna get like some death metal or something and put it in the toy. In that case, in it was Mickey Mouse, but no, that was like a dream left unfulfilled. One of those things I always wanted to do.
Teddy Ruxpin and
But yeah, that's the thing. You can put a tape in it, but as I recall, it's like because the tape wouldn't have the pulses on it, the mouth isn't going to move with it.
Are enough to put a smile on any kid's face. They're also expected to be two of the most popular selling items this Christmas. But there are just a few of the bears this season that do more than cuddle. Touch this bear's paw and it plays a tune. Stuffed animals and dolls never fail to be big favorites around Christmas. G.I. Joe and Raggedy Ann also always manage to make it into the Christmas stocking. So does Barbie. But of course you need no introduction, because she's been around for years. But this year you may not recognize her. She's become a rock star.
I will say, as far as the Barbie and the Rockers things go, you may know the story, you may not, but basically it was like a bit of industrial sabotage where Hasbro wanted to sneak Gem out into the market early, but it's like then Mattel found out, and that Hasbro was coming out with a rival doll, so they took a bunch of old Barbie assets and they just rushed Barbie and the Rockers to market to hamper Gem from coming out. Which was really, actually had some interesting repercussions from the perspective of a Transformers collector, which I can talk about, which is because of that, there was like some early Toy Fair materials that came out that year that they tried to sneak out like the brochures for Toy Fair, as I recall. I may be misremembering some of the details here. Hasbro put out an early thing for Toy Fair to show retailers what the toys for, I believe it's calendar year 86 were going to be, right? That year's range. But they deliberately didn't put Gem in there to try and throw Mattel off. So Mattel wouldn't know that Gem toys were coming. Obviously that didn't work, as we said, because they did Barbie and the Rockers, but because of that, they had to put out, they had to fill the brochures with like early release materials, and so as I recall, there's like brochures that have like really early versions of that year's Transformers toys with like different colorations, and they're prototype versions basically. And they would never, and those things probably had never come to light if it wasn't for Mattel and Hasbro going back and forth and trying to outdo each other with this whole Barbie Gem thing. So it's kind of interesting.
New hairdo and of course, new clothes. The Cabbage Patch Doll.
I will say, by the way, that the Barbie and the Rockers, like the packaging for those toys, is very cool. I really like the
Is yet
aesthetic
another
on them.
familiar face this Christmas. Not as popular as 2 years ago when you can hardly get them, but less expensive. Not everything's for the kids this year. Adult board games are more popular than ever. Scruples is a question and answer game that sometimes gets personal.
The adult learning games are really going much better this year than they have in years past, more so than the children's games. A lot more adults are getting involved in, get-togethers with their neighbors for a night of playing Trivial Pursuit or Scruples or...
What's that thing in the background next to the tree? It looks like a big can of New Coke next to the tree. I just noticed that. What a strange thing.
Wheel of Fortune.
Rummy Cube. It's not Rummy Cube, it's Rummy Cub, right? Okay, I'll stop.
Those seem to be the hottest ones right now.
Wheel of Fortune is a big seller due to the popularity of the game show, but the old standbys like Monopoly, Clue, and Trivial Pursuit are still hanging in there. I know it's not even Thanksgiving yet, but
this aisle, incredible. Okay, so on the left side we have this huge wall of Transformers. On the right side is all G.I. Joe stuff. Amazing.
There are
I will
40
say,
shopping days until Christmas.
From a UK perspective, it's like the G.I. Joe stuff. Some people in the UK do like G.I. Joe, and some people are like collectors, right? But the 80s G.I. Joe, like a real American hero, and they tried to bring that over here and adapt it into action first, but the problem was it just never... They can never really hide like the Americana aspect of it, so calling it action first didn't really do much. Just saying, oh, it's not a real American hero, they're international heroes. It just never really clicked in the same way. It wasn't big in the way that Transformers was. So you will find people who like it over here, but not to the same degree. It's one of those things. G.I. Joe is huge in America still. Well, I mean, it's like Hasbro doesn't really support it anymore, but you know what I mean. It's like a big IP still that people know, like a household name. And in the rest of the world, not so much. In the rest of the world, Transformers is much bigger.
And in my opinion, it's never too early to start shopping for toys.
Now wait a minute, Roger. I didn't even know that you had any kids.
I don't. Roger Kissin with photographer
see,
John
he
Dalton,
knows.
News Center 13, Eau Claire.
He knows. This is for me. Okay. Here's some more. This is footage of, this is 12 minutes of footage from F.E.O. Schwartz in 1986. So I don't think there's any commentary with this, so I could probably just leave it running. Or we can just look at it, you know, just admire the stuff. These are VCR video games. We didn't really call them VCRs over here. You would just say a video recorder. We did have those over here. I remember Atmosphere and all that kind of stuff in like the early 90s. But I think it took a lot longer, and I don't think they were as big of a deal over here. People's Court, okay. I can't imagine what the People's Court game is like. I don't know what this kid is looking at. He just seems kind of aimless. He's like, is there anything here of interest? Nah, maybe not. He's moving on. Ah, here we go. Here's Duck Hunt. With the Grey Zapper. Okay, I got my NES in Christmas 92. So by the time I got it, it was the orange Zapper, so I think they did sell them over here. As we talked about in the previous stream, NES came out over here in 87, but took a couple of years to really didn't have much success until at least like the tail end when Nintendo was really started to take off in the early 90s, like around 92-ish, around the time I was getting mine. So I don't think I've ever even seen a PAL Grey Zapper in the wild, but I'm sure they must exist. I think over here the orange ones would be much more common. And again, we talked about the Super Scope on a previous stream and how I got a Super Scope when I bought a new Super Nintendo like 10 plus years ago now, and they can't really use the Super Scope anymore because unless you have a CRT. If you have a flat screen TV, you can't use them, and the same holds true for the Zapper as well. The Sega Master System, as you may know, was not super successful in America, not really successful at all really, but in Europe was a bigger deal.
No, it's 2, yeah. It's 2 this time.
That's not really saying much because it's like the home consoles just did not take off over here until, like I said, about 1992ish, till we got into like the Mega Drive era. I would say like 91, 92, this sort of system started to build momentum, but during the 80s it was like people were clinging to their Commodore 64s and Spectrums over here. It took a long time for Nintendo and Sega to get any traction because you could get games for the home consoles just much cheaper, like £3 or £4 instead of £30 or £40. So literally like 1/10 of the price.
They're going by me. Did I lose? I don't know.
Referees, I don't know. Maybe that speaks volumes about how primitive games still were during this era. I suppose it's like you don't know if you're lost or not. It's up to interpretation.
I don't know if it's a bear or a bearess.
What's with these disturbing images? What's going on? What is that supposed to be? I don't know. This guy's playing the game of organizing the games on this shelf, apparently. It's just like Tetris. This one, this one, this one. I mean, to be fair, some of these games are kind of jumbled. You're on television. There's a bit of disdain there in her voice. But that's what it is. Kids' videos. Mommy, I can learn myself. Thank you very much. Yeah, you need the manners tape. Chat, I got 2.5 words for you. Learn and play. We're back to this again. Why? Why must we focus on this? Yeah, I mean, a lot of this seems to be, I guess it's like they're filming enough, they're getting enough B-roll footage using like news reports or something, so I guess we're just, yeah, we're back to kids' videos again. We've seen it. Stop showing us this. Is there nothing else going on in this store other than kids' videos? Mommy, I can stare creepily. Okay, the lights going down just makes it even more disturbing. I feel like we're getting into horror movie territory. Okay, we've moved on now. Okay, again, this extreme close-up is a little bit unsettling. I think this camera person has a knack for bringing out the horror and everything. Speaking of horror, what is this creepy shimmy thing that they're doing? Let's get the hell out of here. Yeah, am I supposed to like this thing? Is what the kid's thinking? Is this supposed to be appealing? Okay, I don't need to see any more footage of Hacking. Can we move on? No, we're going back in.
They're going to put a light on and take your picture, too. No, don't stare at us. Just okay. Look at each other. Okay,
Don't stare at us, that's what we said to Raggedy Ann, but it didn't work. She just kept staring.
Look at the dolly and look at Emmy. Show your doll to Em. You make the dolly's kiss.
Is this for TV?
Go ahead, make the dolly's kiss.
What,
Emmy, make your dolly kiss first.
Make your dolly kiss. It's like we're not following basic instructions. Drop it on the floor. Yeah.
Just hug. You can cross it into
Tomorrow.
You have to look at the camera and hug.
Can we say hi and like that? We getting back at them?
Daddy?
Yeah. Babysitter. And we take them here so they can have a happy outing.
Chat, I bet you if I go into the comments on this video, comments are all going to be like, we used to be a country, chat. Or we used to be a country is what they're saying on YouTube, a proper country. We used to have creepy Raggedy Ann dolls as far as the eye could see. Like kids just obviously did not want anything to do with. But people will have weird nostalgia for this anyway. It's like but these were the good old days, but I'm not so sure they were in the case of Raggedy Ann. Come on. Do the thing? Just hurling that doll around. Whoa.
Il n'y a pas de filles, au fait, dans tout ce...
Il y a peut-être
What are you talking? You got her upside down. Turn her
Do
on.
we have to buy her a Raggedy Ann now, Mom?
Dan's gonna get very nauseous at this rate. Okay, right. That one was. That's all that. That was mostly Raggedy Ann. This is sort of out of my wheelhouse. I need some things that are in my sort of sphere of interest. This one is Retro Christmas shopping in 1985 for the best toys in the world. Anybody who doesn't like these toys is a chump. You can't see me doing the motion. You got you gotta be familiar with regular to get that reference. Okay, let's move on. I never did fix this creaky chair chat. I keep saying I'm gonna get some WD-40 and stop it. I don't know if you can hear that. I've really got to fix that. Okay, holiday shopping in 1985. We're going back a year. Right, okay, so right off the bat we got Kenner Superpowers. I never had Kenner Superpowers. I don't know that I even knew of Kenner Superpowers. I did have Secret Wars, the Rival line, which had the Marvel characters by Mattel. I had, I'll let the footage play. Oh, sorry, this is only in 1 year. It's like, I had, oh, hold on, I gotta pause it because we're getting into other things now. Who did I have from Secret Wars? I had Iron Man and Doctor Doom. I think my younger brother had Kang, and he had the Doomcopter, and I had the Tower of Doom. Oh, I know I had the Tower of Doom. I don't know why I had to recall it. Tower of Doom is not a huge playset, but it's like super cool in terms of the features on it. And I still have. I got another one that I bought at a second-hand store locally a couple of years ago, and for all I know, it's mine. It's just like circled around, and maybe I just ended up with that again. Which is not impossible, I suppose, in like a rural community that you could buy a toy that just keeps going to charity stores for a couple of decades and just is in circulation, and then eventually you wind up back with it again, like Mr. Burns and Bobo or something. But the Tower of Doom was great. Secret Wars is a really fun line. I guess it's like, if you were looking at it from a modern perspective, all the figures all look kind of simplistic, right? But I did eventually go back and get, like I said, I got the Tower of Doom again, and then I got a couple of the figures in storage somewhere around here. I've got Iron Man, Captain America, Doctor Doom. The sad thing about Doctor Doom is he doesn't have the cape. He doesn't really feel complete. He's just got like a weird tunic thing, but pretty good line of action figures. Now, talking about action figures that I had, can we dial back here a bit? As a kid, I only had 2 He-Man figures, but they were the ones that you would want to have the most, which was He-Man and Skeletor. Specifically, Battle Armor He-Man and Battle Armor Skeletor. I got them as like a 2-pack, which was like 2 cards. I know it was like a single card, but you had both figures on the card, and had a lot of fun with them. I think until I accidentally threw He-Man into a hedge or something, and then he vanished. And then it's like Skeletor ain't got nobody to fight anymore. And then a couple of years later, once He-Man was like done, I got Snake Mountain at a jumble sale, but I didn't have anybody to put in them by that point. And you couldn't get He-Man toys anymore because this was like would have been, I think, like late 1988. So we were in that window between the original He-Man and the New Adventures. So I had a Snake Mountain with nobody to put in it. I only had the Bubble Bath Skeletor by that point, and he was way too big to go in it. But Battle Armor Skeletor and Battle Armor He-Man, absolutely the bee's knees. Right. What else is here? So we got just generic sort of also ran transforming robots toys. Robots, I think that is. I've seen those before. I can't remember off the top of my head who makes robots. I do see them in circulation, and we've got I think at the bottom those are Transformers headphones. I believe by Nasta is the company that makes all those made all those Transformers radio licensed thingies.
But they advertise and they were all out of them already.
You know if you see something that has double the quick action.
Okay, the Transformers Power Cycle. I never had that. I'm sure we'd have loved the Transformers Power Cycle if we had that. I don't think it ever got released over here. What there was a ride-on toy. Made by some company. It's just like a little ride-on pedal car, but they did it up in. It was an existing toy. I know because I had one, and it was in blue. But then they just took the same mold again. My one was just like a generic blue one, but then they did the same one again. But they did it in Transformers colours, and they painted it white. I put the Martini Racing style stickers on it to just turn it into jazz. And it's like I'm looking at it now. Whenever I see it in like old catalogue scans and things, I'm just like, wow. When I first got into Transformers, when I was like 4 or 5, back in that sort of mid-80s period, I'm sure that would have been like a really super, like a very desirable toy. And there was also the Transformers bike, which was just like a BMX bike. And I'm sure there's been loads of Transformers bikes since then, but what it was I had like the Autobot badge, like a huge Autobot badge that was placed between the handlebars, and it just looks fantastic. Again, apologies that this footage is only in mono. I can only hear it in one ear. Forget about the toys. How about this hat? The hat was just placed on top of the head instead of pulling it down over the head. That's a choice, I think.
Why are you here today? What are you looking for?
Masters of the Universe.
Why are you looking for Masters of the Universe?
Because my granddaughter sees them on television constantly.
Yeah. Have you ever seen this cartoon?
Oh, yes.
What do you think about it?
Oh, I can't relate to it.
She can't relate to it. Can't relate to being a Master of the Universe, chat. She does not have the power.
But the children really love it. Every minute of it.
Thank you.
Or she can't relate to, I don't know, trying to try to take over Castle Grayskull, I guess. That's the other way to look at it.
You're welcome.
Well, those were certainly days. We've got a little bit of time, chat. We can watch some more. This one goes on for a little bit longer, so I don't know if we'll get through all this one. We're just going to watch. So this was a little bit later. This is chat. This is from 1991. Okay, we're probably not going to see any Transformers in here unless they are just things that have been sitting on the shelf in previous years, because this was during the dark times when Transformers wasn't at retail in the US, and this is footage from a Toys R Us in 1991. I'm just going to let it play. Oh, the clattering of the trolleys. Oh, that's nasty.
Okay, go ahead and come on down, start going down one of the aisles. Oh, I gotta get out. Just like the shop. Look ahead.
But as I recall, chat, the thing with Toys R Us was, for a long time in the UK, it's like they rolled them out in England gradually, and then like through the 80s, I believe there was only one in Scotland, and it was in Edinburgh. And up here we had the Jolly Giant instead. And then eventually we got a Toys R Us, but by the time we got a Toys R Us, it was like we had one in Aberdeen, and it was like 1996 by that point. So we were like well into. I remember going there and seeing was it Generation 2? They had old Generation 2 toys that were just like imported, old stock obviously by like 1996. And it was the first time I'd ever been in a Toys R Us. And I was like 16 by that point, so you can imagine we're talking about like mid-90s, and it was like that was took us a long time to get Toys R Us up here. And then by the time Toys R Us closed, they had 2 Toys R Us's in Aberdeen. They had the original one, the big box one, and then they had a second one in Union Square in the centre of town. And the toys were all like exorbitantly expensive in there. I remember going back when Toys R Us was closing. I said I've got to go back one last time for old time's sake. And I was so sad that the big box one by that point had already closed down. And then I went to the other one, the Union Square one, and it was like it was a disheartening experience, to be honest with you, by the end there. And I felt bad for the staff there who had to, you know, work there in the dying days of the chain as well. That was in what 2016 now? That was a while ago. Time flies. I think the last thing I ever got from Toys R Us was it Titans Return Sea Spray? I believe it was. From that year's Transformers line. Was it 2016 or was it more like 2019 when Toys R Us closed? I think it was more like 2019.
Looks pretty packed, but...
What section are we at?
The Nintendo section.
What's it look like?
Well, it's like for Nintendo games and different systems. Very challenging.
So what do you have to do to get through the section? You kind of got to weave, huh?
Yeah.
What do you do?
You gotta like move around because lots of people crowd around this section.
Okay, that figures right. So this is like around the time Super Nintendo's just come out. This is 1991.
Like really popular on the market.
So, the most crowded section of the store, obviously.
Any specific games? Okay. Go ahead. Where are we going now? Are you looking for any specific game?
Not really.
We're just browsing.
I just like looking most of all. Looking is best most of all. So you know what's like, so you know what they have. So like if it's like when you come here, you don't always get something. I mean, it's better just to look, and then when you're going to get something, you know exactly what you want to get.
Well, yes,
Yeah.
that's very thoughtful, and I agree. It's like I don't know about that window shopping life, but we're looking, we're not buying.
When before I get something. So like if I see like if I see one.
What now?
So if I see like one thing I want, I like look for something better if I miss something. And I may want that more, so there's a lot of things that I like, but I have to pick out the right one.
So that's why you...
Yeah, window shop.
Okay, you can keep moving. Feel free.
Hey, attention shoppers. Okay.
These are cute for little kids. They're like reversible. And
what now?
These are cute for like little kids because
Hey, attention shoppers. We got toys here.
They like you fold them up into little cupcakes and stuff. It's really neat. For like a little kid, maybe not my little kids, maybe not my age.
Patrick, Jose, anybody.
Hey. Barbies.
Barbies are cool. Like you
I got walls of Barbies. Oh my goodness.
They're fun.
Tell me about Barbies.
They're fun. You dress them up. You do different things. I mean, there's also
Aisles
they
are
have,
just
like breakdancing
all
Barbies,
pink.
wedding Barbies, skiing Barbies, Barbies with costume dresses, every kind of Barbie that a person would want. Pick up Barbies and I'll put them in.
Oh, okay. Wait. So we passed up the Barbies. Why?
I don't know.
She has them.
I have a lot, and like if you have a lot, like if you play with some, you don't play with the others. If you have a lot, you forget about the other ones.
But your cart's still empty.
Barbie neglect
I
syndrome.
just can't make up my mind. There's so many great things here.
The tyranny of choice, chat. With Netflix, but with toys. I walk like a real baby, so in other words, I don't know, the toy struggles and then eventually I'll figure it out.
Let's move on to Cabbage Patch Kids.
Aren't those blasé?
Well, they're cute. They're cuddly. I mean, like.
But they're old, aren't they?
Yeah, but I mean, like, they're so old that they're so famous. I mean, they've been around for so long. They're really cute. Like, this one is really cute. This one, I mean, I would get as a present for one of my friends. I mean, they're really cute.
Because this is kind of fascinating, the way that the guys are interrogating this kid and she's on defense here. It's like, well, you don't appreciate the longevity of Cabbage Patch Kids. Whack! Okay. Check it in there.
That's the first thing in your cart.
Yep. Let's move on. These baby faces are really cute. They're all these, like, they're all movable and stuff like that, and you move them in every way. I think this one's the cutest.
Aren't you too old for that?
Well, I mean, they're cute and they're cuddly, they're nice and they're sweet looking, and I just can't bear.
Okay, you like what you like.
Moving these along without picking one up.
Okay, put it down.
I have to justify every single purchase to you, sir.
These are really cute. They come with like these little outfits on, and then you put the outfits in water to find out if they're boys or girls. And then if they say twins, you order an next one for free. And I mean, that's a really great idea. I mean, like, kids like things that dissolve and stuff.
Go ahead and put it right up here. Okay, and then go ahead and take off. Okay.
Kids like things that dissolve. Like Toys R Us has a viable business concern.
Go ahead. Okay, when I get there, pick it up.
This is adorable.
Aisles are so
Lots of people like neon colors and stuff.
This was the aisle. The shelving is so high.
To cuddle squishy toys.
I don't remember British Toys R Us stores being having the shelves just like reach that high up, you know, towards the roof. But it's like I remember it's like they were tall and there was like stuff that was out of reach, but not to that extent.
But it's still cute. This is Plucky Duck from Tiny Toons, and he's just edible. He's so cute. They always
It's
make
edible?
stuffed animals for the TV shows. It's a great idea because kids just love them.
Are they for you though?
Maybe. I mean, like I could collect the entire TV show and they could watch the television show with me. I'm just not really sure. Maybe it's a little young for me, like stuffed animals at my age. I don't think so. Let's try something else.
What about these?
Wrestling buddies are my God.
Come over here, go ahead.
The wrestling buddies.
Okay, now you got me
These are more
interest.
for guys than girls, because like guys like tackle things and stuff like that. Not really for a girl. But I suggest this for guys who need tackling buddies.
There you go, Hawk, you've been shot down.
Little sisters. Illy.
Oh, I'm disappointed we didn't get to see more of the wrestling buddies chat.
Say hi.
I never had one, but they were out around the time that I got into wrestling initially, so they were like highly desirable items to have. There's the Ghostbuster Spare. Man, the Ghostbuster Spare House in 1991 must have been on clearance by that point, because those were like the dying days of the line. I do have the Firehouse now. I did not have it as a kid. And it was so expensive. And I remember also it was like hard to come by as well. I remember my dad having to try and phone around for it and phoning up toy stores in England trying to get it. Just could not secure one. Around about the time when the line was like at its height in like 1989ish or so. It is one of the all-time great toy playsets though.
Book toys. Now this is another movie character stuff. Like Peter Pan here and Peter Pan here.
Okay, hang on. Pick that guy up again.
Peter Pan from Hook. Definitely for boys. Maybe for girls since like it's a Disney movie. Well, they've remade it now, but like all sorts of people would watch Hook, even girls, because I mean it's entertaining. So
Okay.
I guess this would be for girls and boys.
Put it back right on top of this one.
What?
Put it back up here.
What else is there? Here's Captain Planet. These are these Captain Planet stuff. Well,
Is
they're
that for you though?
no. I like sometimes I'll turn on the TV and I'll watch that. I mean,
Yeah, if it's
sort
on,
of
yeah.
educational to the kids to show them how to take care of the environment like the Planeteers did. But I think like that's a little young for me. It's sort of corny for my age.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Is it hard not bumping into people's butts?
Yeah, because I mean this gets so crowded. I mean this is like the only good toy store in the world. They mostly have all the good things on the market.
They got the WWF stuff there. We just missed it.
These are G.I. Joes and they're mainly not for girls. And then here are
I mean, there's no law about it. You can buy them if you want them.
Turtles. Maybe they were popular last year, but they're not so hot this year because everybody's bought them. They're getting bored of them. They should make another movie about it, and then like, people would get more interested in them again. Then again,
Oh, I can't believe you're writing off the turtles. You can't write off my boys. Come on.
turtles.
Whoa. Slow down. Can we get that discount? It's been open. Oh. I would have loved to have had the big Krang, but that never transpired. And now they're quite expensive. Okay, chat, we have got to. Should we go for another 5 minutes, chat? We'll watch the rest of this video. Okay, then we're gonna play some Super Mario World.
What about Hot Wheels?
Hot Wheels are like like one of the most popular men's cars to play with. You run them down special tracks made by Hot Wheels. You wash them in the special wash shops made by Hot Wheels. It's one of the most it's one of the most popular little toy car makers, probably.
Why are they so popular?
Because, I mean, they have like so many different kinds, as opposed to a different company that only makes like one certain color, but this is like a big variety. So
I suppose, yeah, that's true. You do get, it's an extensive range, I suppose, yeah.
As opposed to the remote control cars that run out of batteries quickly. And it's really a pain going out to the store and buying batteries. So I really suggest Hot Wheels. Which you wind it back and then they go zooming forward. Much easier than batteries. Excuse me. Excuse me. Back to Nintendo.
Chat, I think I'm doing all my Christmas shopping online this year. I don't think there's anything that I need to go to the stores for, other than, you know, groceries and stuff, yeah, but like as far as gift buying stuff, I think I'm doing it all online, and looking at these crowds makes me feel better about yeah, just doing it all online and not having to go and fight through aisles full of people.
This is the portable, like Sega Game Gear and stuff, and it's got good graphics and it's got color. It's like better than other like portable machines that are black and white. See, I mean, this is for like.
Is it though? We talked about that in a previous stream.
Like,
what is it?
It's the portable Game Gear by Sega.
Show it to me, point to it.
It's great. Okay.
Okay, so show me the ultimate.
The ultimate. The Super Nintendo. That's what I want for Christmas. It's got better games and stuff.
Okay, it's winning Super Mario World. We're gonna get to it.
It's Super Nintendo. That's obviously what I want for Christmas. It's got better games.
I know that game.
Okay, when I go up, go ahead.
I want Super Nintendo for Christmas. It's got better
Third take?
games. It's better than like the regular Nintendo, but it's made by the same people. And each year, I guess the same people get better. That's what I want for Christmas.
So that is, in your opinion?
My opinion is that that's what most kids would want. It's now.
But you're not most kids.
Yeah, well, I'm not most kids, but I watch commercials and I see how kids react to the Super Nintendo commercials, and like you'll see like mobs coming up right here just to see this one system, Super Nintendo.
Why don't you ask him what
Nintendo?
Go ahead.
And the last thing you need to get is your dad to pay for all this stuff.
Okay, go ahead.
We're gonna do several takes.
And the
Pretty
last
sure.
thing you need to get is your dad to pay for all this stuff.
Okay. Well, you heard it, chat. As I said in the report there, mobs coming to see Super Nintendo. I don't see mobs turning up here to see Super Nintendo, but that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go on and play a little bit of Super Mario World. And I don't know, will we finish the game tonight? Or will we just meander? I'm not sure, but we're gonna change things up. We're gonna do hour 3 of the stream, starting momentarily, the games version. So I'm just gonna readjust myself here and get organized, and I will be back with you in a second. Chat, I'm having a really good time with today's stream. It's so much more fun doing just like a variety of stuff. I feel like when we were doing the stream in sort of the old format, where it was just I come in for like an hour, enter off for a bit, and then it's like I'm done for the day. Is it's getting to be a bit of routine, you know? But I really like the hold on, just to adjust the volume for myself here. Also, just get everything working. I'm clearly not organized. Oh, there I am. Okay. Okay, chat. As we talked about earlier, I ended up making a bit more progress here in Super Mario World than I expected to offline. Which is not ideal. You should really be, it's like if you're playing the game you should, and you're doing it for the stream, it's like you should actually be streaming when you're doing it. Just kind of got carried away, so believe it or not, we're up to Bowser's Castle, but I'm gonna go back and do this level, First Valley Bowser 4. I've already finished this one. I'm trying to do it with Yoshi for the second go around because there's a hidden stage at the, or hidden exit up here, right? It's very tricky to get to. You really need a Yoshi. I don't think there's any way to do this without a Yoshi. And it kind of requires you to get to a certain point with Yoshi. Basically like survive through the level and not lose him. And okay, it's complicated, right? Basically, we need to get Yoshi and he's up here. We have this vine here, but we can't take Yoshi up here. And if I go up here and get the second Yoshi, it'll just be a 1-up. So I've got to dispose of this Yoshi. It's a weird bit of level design, because the game requires you, as far as I can see, to throw Yoshi into the lava, if you have him, so that you can get another one. Which seems a little bit cruel, but okay. And then we come up here. There are so many... There's a 1-up here, but I can't get it. There are so many sort of pitfalls here prevent you from keeping Yoshi, and you need to have him all the way to the end if you're going to get the key. So... and this is for me playing earlier. So my strategy really is to keep dismounting from Yoshi. To make sure he doesn't like run off and fall into the lava. Because we need to keep him all the way to the end now. And these guys throwing the rocks are like one of the biggest. They're all over the place here. Oh! I don't know what happened. I just dropped like a rock there. Okay. Oh man, that's a bit of a hindrance. Okay, we're halfway through now. I don't think this is going to work because we don't have a Yoshi. So... and there's no... oh. Okay, we're going to have to leave here, go back, get a Yoshi. That's a pain. And I don't think there's any places here where Yoshis are readily available, so we might have to go back some way. There's probably one buried someplace, you know, but we just need to go get some power-ups very quickly and come back. Actually, now that I think about it, so we hit the halfway point on that level, it's going to be a bit easier now when we come back because we'll only have to do this, the second half. So we'll get a couple of power-ups quickly. And then we'll have to trudge all the way back. Well, that's... okay, we can do that and we'll get a few extra lives. Because we're approaching the end of the game now anyway. And I don't know if we're actually going to finish it or not today. I'm kind of of two minds of it. Do I just want to finish the game or should we just try and get all the other exits? Because we've been playing Super Mario World a lot. Get a couple of capes, I'll get Yoshi, and then we will go back. Obviously Yoshi is the key thing that we need to progress in order to get this land on him. Okay, and we're going back. I take a long way around. Through one pipe, into the other pipe, and about here. Circle all the way back around, and then hopefully we should start from the midway point, yeah? We'll dismount immediately. Oh, that was a mistake. Okay, we've still got one feather. Again, dismount. Oh. Right, we can still do this as long as we keep Yoshi. And don't fall. Oh. Right, just go, 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 go. Right. Right, this is gonna be... probably not gonna make it now. There are so many dangers, there's so many of these guys throwing the rocks. Oh, but... it's not impossible. Maybe I should dismount and... no. Ah! Okay. Okay, I kind of hate this now because I know there's no good way around this in terms of getting everything that I need, which is mostly the Yoshi, but also some extra power-ups to make this viable. I've done this before, and I can do it again. Yeah, let's do this very quickly then. We'll still start off at the restart point when we get back. Oh, I should have. Okay, we can use this to our advantage. I didn't mean to exit out that time. But I'm just trying to get a couple of extra lives there. I guess it's not really necessary. As long as we get the Yoshi, we're alright. Right, we've got to not fumble this now. It is a really challenging exit to get on this level that we're trying. Just the number of, what do you call them, charging chucks? I believe that's what they're called, even when they're specifically the ones that throw the rocks at you. I think they're still called charging chucks, aren't they? I mean, we don't need to do this, we could just go in and finish the game, but right, dismount. Get him from behind, that's much easier. Don't face him and give him a chance to chuck a rock at you. What's over here? Can we... so that's fine, so we don't need to overthink it. However, we gotta be careful. And over here, yeah, there's this, into this, into this, dismount. Okay. I feel like every single one of these charging chuck gets just is harder and harder. They're just really twisting the knife. And this is where the hardest ones is. Well, the worst ones are right at the end, but this guy's pretty bad. Get up there. It's just really close to just get Yoshi back onto that ledge and not. Yeah. Right. Just gotta take it one at a time. We do have a time limit, of course. Koopa's here. Whoa, whoa! No! Oh, no, 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 no. If I back it now, at least I get to keep the cape, but I guess that doesn't really help me much. I'm still gonna need to go back and get a Yoshi, aren't I? There must be another place I can get a Yoshi. I shouldn't have to go all the way back. Every time. What do I need to do? Do I need to Google Yoshi locations? One of these levels? Where am I going to get a Yoshi at? Without having to go all the way back every time. I don't know. Right, it's not my best interest to Oh, there we go. Oh, well that's not good. I still need to go back now. Anyway, I still need to get a keep. At least I know. At least now I know, like, an area that I can go to that's nearer to where I am to get a Yoshi. Which is integral to doing this stage that we're working on. Chat, we're going to go on tonight until I think about 8:30. I think I said the video said 8:20. We might go a little bit longer just because we kind of overran in hour 2 when we were doing our watching old Christmas toy shopping videos. Dismount. So much of Mario, I think, is just learning from your mistakes and stringing things together, you know what I mean? Sometimes you have to attempt the level several times before you are able to... You know how to... You learn how to negotiate every challenge that's present in a level, you know what I mean? Don't fall in there. I felt like I was going to fall back and then I fell into the lava there. This guy's the worst. Well, again, he's not the worst, but he's pretty bad. Oh, it's your sort of room to navigate there is so restrictive. Jackass. No! No, 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 no. This is the worst part. This is the worst part. I did play this level a few times through today, so I could tell you this is the worst part. These two guys here, when they're throwing the rocks at you. They're hitting you from both sides, you know? And you got the lava below you. You're trying to negotiate this area and keep your Yoshi, which, as I said, is integral to getting the second exit. And it's just it's a lot sort of to throw at you at once. It's really challenging. As I said, I think one of the toughest of the secret exits I've dealt with so far in this playthrough, this particular go around of the game. And I imagine with good reason, because of the way that, you know, you think about the way that the game is laid out, it's like it's a secret exit that's coming up right before the Bowser stage, so they know what they're doing in terms of making it really challenging. No. lost a feather too. Or lost a cape. Depending on how you want to interpret it. Oh, of course I can get one here. And it's actually kind of difficult if I just hop up like this. It takes me back up to the top platform. I figured that out the hard way. You gotta do just a little gentle hop like that. Otherwise you can get stuck in there. Oh! That's such a difficult jump every time. Okay. If I don't make this level, if I can't get this bonus stage, maybe we'll just bypass it altogether and we'll just go right to the end of the game. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. Depends on how we do. Yeah. This man, get up here, get him, kill him, kill him. Whoa. On here. Yoshi, get that damn key. Get that key, get it, get it. We did it! Chat, unbelievable. It's so tough. I don't know. Just so precarious all the way through that level, just trying to hold on to your Yoshi and not having one of these guys chuck a rock at you, and then Yoshi flees, runs into the lava, and then you can't pull that second exit off. It's just lost you at that point, you know. Star World. Do we want to do these Star World ones? I know they get pretty tough, don't they? As I recall. Well, I can't exit out, that's not gonna work. I can't just hit pause this like, because I've not finished this level. Okay. That's not one cape here. Oh. Get up there. Oh, I can't get up there. Crap. Oh, there I am. What the hell? At least I got back, I suppose. What am I doing? Well, that's not gonna work. Oh! I don't like the looks of this level. I don't fancy my chances. I'm trying to think how I want to negotiate this. Back to this stupid level. But for a reason. I'm getting power-ups. Chat, we can always go back to Star Road and finish that off with the other bonus levels. We can go back and get the extra exits anytime. Should we just make a play for it and try to beat Bowser? I feel like that's going to be a big challenge in itself. See how we get on. Okay, that first one, not so bad. Now we're swimming. Oh, that was close. I'll take that feather. Thank you. You big. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. And the top of this. Knocking myself repeatedly against this wall. Right, wait for it. No. Okay, we can still do this. No, we can't. Oh. We could try it as Little Mario, but I do not fancy my chances, I've got to be honest with you. I do think that seems like a good path through 2 and then 6. But this one's not that bad, right? Get a few of these guys and they're on the other side of the fence, and you can kind of tear through it. And I really think the thing with Door 6 is it feels like it's more patience than anything. You're just picking your moments to get through. There's always an opportune moment to bypass all these spikes. Don't be too hasty, you know. Obviously, clock's always ticking. But there's that too. I mean, like these things here. The worst thing is that you just gotta know when to go. There's going to be a specific moment here. It's the right time to go around and come back up. Oh, that was not it. Okay. I'm still alive. And I'm still in the game, you know? Yeah. I don't think we've encountered the ninjas at any point in our playthrough of this game. They were in a previous level, I didn't see it. Okay, wait, right. Use this guy as a weapon. We can use them repeatedly. We've got to be patient. Oh, that's a weird slowdown there. If I fumble it, I've got to wait for him to come back to life. I guess I could just use the other one. Oh! Darn it! I did not land on him correctly that time. we're pretty close to Bowser there, right? We just have to power through that last section and then that would be it. Yeah, I've got to just pick my moment, I suppose. But again, if I... This time was... Oh, darn it. There's a certain window that you've got there to get to be that last bit. And I keep fumbling it every time. Oh, landed right in the Okay, how many lives have we got? 33? We can go with that. It would be easier if I could just go back and get a power up, I suppose, but... Or a couple of power ups. And I'm not going to reinvent the wheel. There's obviously other doors. I'm sure there's other routes that we could take, but I'm going to stick to my bread and butter here and just do these. Take this route because at least we know what we're doing now. If I could go on this power up, that would be a great help. He said, and then he lost it immediately. Good job, John. Good job. The only advantage I've got now is when I'm Little Mario. I guess it's... There's... My hitbox is smaller, I guess, so I have less... It's a lesser likelihood, is what I'm trying to say, of hitting one of these obstacles as they're swinging around. Easier for me to navigate the obstacles, you know what I mean? Oh, there you go. There you go. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh. Right. This time, don't fall in the lava. That was good advice to follow in any Mario game. Don't fall in the lava. And I almost did. Whoa. Let this guy come down. That didn't work. It's stuck now. Which is bad for me because the clock is ticking. Come on. He can't get through. And I... Oh. Come on. Hurry up, pal. I ain't got all day. Oh. Right, I've got to do this now. As little Mario. I've got no power-ups. Alright, if we don't manage it, we'll try again, right? I guess it's kind of like what I was just talking about. I guess in a way, it can be sort of advantageous to be little Mario in the sense that, yeah, if that happens. Yeah, this thing about hitting the bottom of his flying clown car thingy. Obviously it's easier to negotiate these gaps when you're little Mario. Thank you. Now that I'm bigger, I'm a bit more of a target. I'm easier to hit, I suppose. Oh, that's what I'm talking about, see? Yeah, we can still do this. Oh! Ooh! Okay. We got a little bit of practice in though, so... every time we go through, we learn how to negotiate all these different obstacles a little bit better. So we're definitely sticking with room 2 and then room 6. Okay, go, 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 go. Oh, that was so close. I almost died there. It was almost deathbed. Oh, get that, get that. Okay. I gotta get my head in the game again. And again, like I said earlier, this is just patience, really. Patience and a little bit of focus, I think, don't. Don't rush out. And we just have to bide our time a little bit up here until this thing comes back around again. And this has been the bit that keeps catching me out, so... Ah. Okay. Right. No! I overshot it again. Okay. I'm kind of making it a little bit harder on myself if I just went back and got a couple of power-ups. More specifically, the capes. If I can get a couple of capes, I would probably... allow me to, you know, stay in the game a little bit longer, but Made up the Bowser before, so we can do it again. And don't smack into this fish, which I almost did last time. Right. Have I learned anything from the last go around? I apologize for the noise. It doesn't sound good to me, so I'm sure if you're watching it, it doesn't sound good to you either. But annoying. But I missed my window there. Now I've got to wait for this to slide back out again. Careful. Duck. Whoa! Hey! I think that's the first time we've navigated that successfully without taking a hit. Right. If I fudge this... Oh, I can't believe I fudged it. I gotta just tie it all together. That's what I was talking about earlier, that so much of this game, and really all the classic Mario games I suppose, are you know what to do. You figure it out, right? And then it's like you come to the next obstacle and you know what to do there, or you figure out what to do there, right? You lose, and then it's like, oh, now I can tie it. I know what to do in part 1, in part 2, obstacle 1 and obstacle 2, and then you know, you reach obstacle 3, you figure that out, and then you have to like chain it all together until eventually you know exactly what to do in every potential scenario that's going to occur within that level. There you go. Oh no. Yeah. Again, a very precarious jump there. And it probably would be a lot easier if I had the cape to be able to glide back down. I'm making things a bit harder on myself by just not going and getting a cape, you know? I just have to wait for this guy to come back to life now so I can kill him again, just to be sure. Or I could just go get the other one. Oh! Okay, we're gonna go back, we're gonna stock up on lives. And not so much lives. We've got 30 lives. We don't need 30 lives to beat Bowser. We don't even need a Yoshi because we can't take a Yoshi in with us, right? There's no point in worrying about that. Let's get 2 damn capes and let's go. Oh. Okay, I guess we can go. Stock up on lives, huh? One more cape and then we'll go back. That was fast. Okay, right. We're good to go. Right, I want this to be final encounter. Right, we should be able to power through certainly this level, this section. But as I always say, I'm not anticipating any problems. A little easier. We have the cape because we can just smack these guys out of existence and move on. There's no point in taking that cape, but I will leave it there in case we have to come back. I guess we're probably not going to come back for it. It'd be kind of perilous to go all the way back down here. That cape. Very narrowly avoided. Get hit by that bone. Right. I might fumble this again. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm gonna have to go sacrifice that feather too, no? But that was a situation where it's like it's there's nothing you can do there. Trying to get that feather, the second feather would have been just instant death. Will this be instant death? No. Man, it would have been so much better to have the feather going in here. Right. This guy's stuck now. Come on. Better just kill this guy, get him out of the way. Yeah. Oh no, that went a different way than I expected. I didn't think he was gonna just jump to his death. Okay, right, we'll just move on. Right. Let's just go, chat. I'm gonna be very cautious here. Do not hit the bottom of the clown car thing. To avoid that. yeah, I am a smaller target when I'm small Mario. Obviously it's harder for him to hit me, but it's easier for me to jump through the gaps, but I didn't think. Oh. I didn't think. Yeah, just leave it at that. I didn't think. Oh man. We were just literally like moments away from getting a mushroom as well that would have got me back in. Would have kept me in the game, you know, but that didn't happen. Let's go get a power up from someplace. I don't want to go all the way back. Come on. Give me something to be going again. Oh, darn it. Now we'll go back. I'm going to do a couple more go arounds of these. I should get 2 capes and then come back here. At least this is a much shorter way to get the power-ups I need. You know what I mean? A shorter route back. Okay. Right. Can I get through this time and not get hit by this? Probably not. Now, darn it. Oh! That was what I talked about before. It was like I was flying too close to the sun there in terms of trying to keep my cape. Okay, you know, get that second feather, get it back. Okay, this is getting annoying now. But then it is the last stage of the game, I suppose. I suppose it's supposed to be challenging, so that's okay. I'm not going to be able to get that without taking a hit. Try again. There we go. Yeah. I can go back. Get one more feather, or one more cape. And then we can return and have another go. But the clock is ticking. I really want to wrap up the stream by 8:30, and it's 8:25 now. Okay, this stage, this part of the stage by now we know at the back of our hand. It's from here on out that it gets a bit more challenging. That's a bit premature of me. Probably should just wait until there's fish actually, you know. Move out of the way. I believe I made it through with a cape. Okay, this is, we're actually in a better position now than we've been in on any prior attempt at this level. We never made it through here with a cape yet. That should speed up this process considerably, because now we can just take these ninjas. Whack them with a cape. And just get right through the exit, you know? Oh no! Right. That was very foolish of me. Ah, man. I was in a way better position there to... I was in a way better position there to successfully beat Bowser, but not now. I'm not now. Right, we're still in the game, we can still do this. We're just gonna not get boxed in. Okay, he's gonna jump over me like that. Very important, I think, to not act too rashly. And don't jump when he's like over you. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Rinse and repeat. I feel like I can't stop now when we're so close to the end of the game. And maybe now it's just like, you know, end it. End the game. Oh. That sent me back again. Oh, careful. Oh, I can't believe it. Killed my green little Cooper without his shell. Okay, that's probably a sign that I'm just like zoning out now. More than 3 hours into the stream, and now I'm just like, my mind is gone. Also, chat, I'm really kind of dehydrated, but just now that's bad. Right, let's go back. We'll have another go. I think this might be the last go around of the night. If we don't beat Bowser this time, I think we'll leave it for this evening, huh? Come on, let's go. There's really like a knack to this. I guess you just gotta have like perfect timing. I gotta be in the right place at the right time, which I never am, or almost never. Oh, there's like an arc to it, I guess. Okay, we'll go on anyway. We will persevere with no power-ups. Oh. I'll take care of both of them. Oh. Okay, we're gonna be patient. Wait for him to come back to life and then kill this ninja. Now we're good to go. Have I learned anything yet? I mean, I've finished this game before. I should be able to do this. Oh! And I got boxed in there. Oh. Well, one more go, but I'm not going back to get power-ups. Right, this really is the last try for tonight. For all I know, I might have just complicated things here. For all I know, there may be power-ups hidden behind the other doors. But I have a route through. I don't really feel like reinventing the wheel and having to figure out a bunch of other hazards. We've been able to get up to Bowser several times now. Also, this is the last go for tonight, so let's just keep going the way that we have been. Oh no! Okay, see, I'm really fumbling it now. I probably have just burned myself out today, to be honest with you. This is life or death here. Oh, and it's death. I don't know what I was thinking there. Oh. Right, this is turning out to be a bit more challenging than I anticipated. Really, it's not. I mean, we've gotten through the level. We're just, we just got to tie it all together and not make any mistakes when we get to Bowser at the end. And I really hate to leave the stream when we're this close to finishing the game. I mean, we still have all the other, you know, the additional exits to find. But there's that as well, I guess. So I don't know. Maybe next stream, what we'll do is we'll go back and find some of the exits that we didn't unlock yet, or didn't cover. We'll do those and then we'll come back to Bowser. Maybe that's how we'll do it. I've got a bit of a stiff neck now. I guess that can happen. We've been on for 3 hours and 20 minutes, and I've been sitting. I was sitting at my desk for a while before that, so yeah, that can happen. Oh, we had a good time tonight, chat. I should what am I doing? Click menu. Save that. And we'll put in some other music because this is very annoying music to end the stream on. That's a bit better. Oh. Chat, I hope I can get back into a regular streaming schedule. I know this week has been a little bit sporty, right? It was basically it was Wednesday and today, and that's been it. And I try to do a little bit of, I try to at least be present every day, even on weekends. So for me to only be able to stream 2 days this week is a bit of a I'm a bit disappointed in myself, man. And like I said at the start of the show, it's been mostly just, it's been illness. I don't know if I want to say illness, just me being run down really. I don't know if I want to go as far as to say that I was ill. Just not feeling up to it, right? Middle age, maybe that's middle age. Maybe middle age just does that to you. And like I said, I think I've just been overextending myself, and I'm always just on the verge of burnout as far as just taking on too much stuff and just working too hard. But oh, hold on, I've got to just shake it off. But we're gonna keep going, we're gonna keep trying. I really want to be back here more at some point. We'll maybe try again tomorrow too, during daylight hours, insofar as I said earlier, insofar as daylight is a thing in Scotland in the winter time, in December. But maybe we'll have another go at that and see if that helps. As far as like my scheduling goes, maybe it just gives me a little bit more flexibility in terms of getting the stream going. Whereas if I leave it too late in the evening, if I get too far into the evening and I haven't started streaming yet, it gets harder to make time, I suppose. And then it's like, no, just leave it for today. Forget about it. So I think there's a greater likelihood of me being able to be consistent if I try and schedule it as part of my daytime routine. But we'll see how that goes. So I don't know exactly what time we'll be on tomorrow. It might not be 6 o'clock, it might be earlier. So that's a good reason to have notifications turned on so you know when I'm going to be on next, right? I'm shocked that when we started streaming on YouTube again, it's like I noticed like people were subscribing. I'm not used to anything I do on YouTube because the subscriber base there is from like 10 years ago, right? 10 plus years ago, probably closer to 15 years ago now. Like a lot of people just aren't interested in what's going on stream, and that's understandable. So I have no ill will towards people if they see what I'm doing now and they're like, that's not what I subbed for, or I don't know why I subbed to this channel, and then they unsub, right? So when we started doing streaming again, I was prepared for that. What I wasn't prepared for was that I do see that people are subbing to the channel. And I appreciate that. Thank you so much to those of you who are. And also people who follow me on Twitch as well. We're trying to reach that follower goal. For some reason, I'm surprised also at how much more active everyone is on YouTube. We get a lot more engagement on YouTube than on Twitch, which is obviously it's like good and bad, right? It's good that there's people watching on Twitch and people come in to chat and talk. On YouTube, I mean. It sucks that it isn't really happening on Twitch the way that I want it to. I feel like we used to be able to do better on Twitch. I don't know if there's anything I can do as far as like tweaking the channel info or anything like that to try and make things work better there. I'm going to have to think about that. I'm always trying to just improve the stream and make it a little bit better and make it more enjoyable for you to watch, and hopefully then bring in more people because to see what's going on, it's a better show. So I should stop rambling because we've been going for a little bit longer than I expected. I said we'd be off at 8:20, and that passed, and then 8:30, and that passed, and now it's 9:20. And we're still on. So I will be back tomorrow. We will, I guess we'll see if we can have another go at finishing Mario World. We're so close. We're so close. We'll do a little bit more work on page 10 of issue 2 of Kirby in the art section at the start of the show. And in between, who knows what we'll do. I'll figure that out. Maybe we'll watch some more old school like toy shopping videos. That was quite enjoyable. I had a good time watching that today. It's definitely like a special subject, I suppose. So, it's something that I'm kind of knowledgeable about. I should say that I'm knowledgeable about it. If you buy enough Transformers and old action figures, eventually I think you get to the point where you can safely say you're knowledgeable on it. So, we're going to try and keep mixing things up in that middle hour or so. We'll do something else tomorrow. We'll keep trying to bring some variety to the stream. I know I'm still available. It's very hard for me to wrap up. But thank you so much for watching, being a part of the community, C-A-W, community. It's a play on words, Corby Crows, you know. But we will be back, hopefully tomorrow, and I will see you for the next edition of Club Kirby.